What's up, spooky people? My name is Griddy and welcome to the spooky corner. And as you can tell by my hat, it is Christmas time. It is time to get into the Christmas spirit. And today we're gonna get in the spirit together because I'm gonna be telling you a scary Christmas themed story called Christmas Tree Decorations. Christmas Tree Decorations is a scary story about a girl named Juliet who was left home alone on the night of Christmas Eve when she gets an unexpected knock at the door. And what happens next is, spoiler alert, obviously pretty scary. So sit back, relax, get your candy canes, get your gingerbread cookies, your eggnog, your hot chocolate, whatever you want, and let's get into this scary Christmas story. Alright, so our story begins with a girl named Juliet who's left home alone on the night of Christmas Eve because her mom is working the night shift at a hospital. I think she's a stripper though. But in the story, she's working at a hospital. So Juliet is home alone and she's watching some Christmas movies. She's putting the finishing touches on the Christmas tree, putting the balls up, decorating the tree and all of that. Sitting back and just getting in the spirit. Even though she's by herself, she's making the best of it. And while she's doing all this, she hears like some kind of scratching, some kind of noise by the front door. So obviously she's gonna go and check it out. So she looks through the peephole and what she sees, she got a big surprise because what she sees is Santa Claus. She sees a fat, jolly guy in a red suit. It's Santa Claus. Juliet is not dumb. Juliet is old enough and wise enough to know that Santa Claus ain't real. So she's wondering, who is this man outside of my door right now? And that's when the man knocks on the door. And Juliet asks, who is it? And the man responds with, it's Santa Claus. My sleigh is broken down and I need to come inside, get warm, and get some milk and cookies. Juliet's like, I don't know about that, brother. I don't let strange guys in my house at night, so bye. And that's when the guy at the other side of the door says, but I'm not a stranger. I'm Santa Claus. And he starts getting pissed. She sees in his face that he's getting angry. And that's when the Santa Claus grabs a knife from outside of his jacket. Santa Claus got a knife and he jams it inside of the lock and starts messing with it to open the door, to get the door open. And Juliet's like, listen buddy, if you don't bounce right now, I'm calling the police. And that's when Santa Claus starts really trying to open the door and he's like, but Juliet, I gotta come in. It's Santa and I have a special gift for you. Alright, quick side note, I want to know, how does this guy know Juliet's name? That's pretty scary. That's probably one of the scariest parts of this story. Besides, obviously, what happens next. But back to the story. She's starting to get scared. She doesn't know what's going on, but this fat fuck is trying to break inside of her house. So she tells him one last time, listen, I'm about to call the police. I got my phone in my hand right now and they'll be here any second. That's when the noise in front of the door stops. She hears nothing. So she decides to take another look outside of the peephole, and she sees no Santa, nobody standing outside of her door whatsoever. All she sees is the snow on the ground, and all she hears is the whistle of the December wind. Nobody's there. So relieved but still shaken, she still kind of looks outside the peephole to see if anybody's comes back, or if any new developments happen, if anybody's still out there. But nobody's there. But hold up, Juliet, because you got a big surprise coming. Just seconds before she takes her eye off the peephole, she's still looking outside when all of a sudden Santa comes back with an axe. That's right, inside of Santa's sack was an axe, and now he's running towards the door, and he, wham, takes a crack right at the front door. Juliet, naturally, obviously, starts freaking out. She starts screaming, and she decides that she's gonna run upstairs and hide in a closet. Now, as she's sitting there in a closet, she's hoping, she's wishing, she's praying that this man does not enter her home, that her door is strong enough to withstand the axe of Santa Claus. But her hopes and her prayers are not answered, because the door continues to get beat with the axe. As she's sitting up there, she hears bam, bam, bam. The axe is smashing into the door, and finally the door gives way, and Santa is now in the house. Santa struts in with the axe on his shoulder, and he's looking for Juliet. And Juliet hears him from upstairs. She hears his heavy footsteps lurking around her house. And he's saying, Juliet, my pretty, where are my milk and cookies? Juliet, Juliet, I have a special Christmas gift for you. Juliet is freaking out, and she realizes now that she made a big mistake. Because before she ran upstairs, she should have grabbed a phone. But she doesn't have one. So now she's stuck up there with no phone, and this crazy ass deranged freak in a Santa suit roaming around her house with an axe looking for her. And well, she's in a real pickle right now. There's not much she can do. Alright, either she runs out and tries to make it past Santa Claus, or she sits inside of the closet and hopes that this man doesn't find her. So as she sits there, she thinks quickly, and she grabs a wire hanger from the top of the closet. She says, you know what? This motherfucker rolls up in here. I got something for you. I got something for you, Saint Nick. So Santa Claus well, the man dressed as Santa Claus is roaming around the house looking for Juliet, and what she hears next does not make the situation any better, because she hears the heavy footsteps of Santa Claus walking up the stairs. So now he's getting closer to her location. So he's walking around the upstairs floor when he stops in front of the closet. She stops breathing, and there's silence for a few moments. And the next thing you know, the door flies open, and here comes Santa Claus reaching his hand inside the closet. But Juliet thinks quick, and bop! Right in the face of Santa Claus goes the wire hanger. And he's screaming, blood is everywhere, it's in his eye, he doesn't know what to do, and Juliet tries to make her escape. But Santa Claus got another eye, which is on Juliet, so he grabs her before she can make her escape. And he slams her on the ground, drags her out of the closet, and drags her down the stairs. Bop, bop, bop goes Juliet's body down the staircase, and he drags her into the living room. And now Juliet lays on the ground looking up, beaten up and motionless. And now the deranged man dressed as Santa Claus is standing over Juliet, smiling, his bloody face dripping onto Juliet's face. And this is when he says, "Tonight you are privileged, my lovely Juliet. I've made a list and I've checked it twice, and I've come to decide if you have been naughty or nice. You can scream and cry and beg for your life, but naughty girls get the axe and nice girls get the knife. Hours later, Juliet's mom arrives back home about 2 o'clock in the morning, and she sees the door in shambles. She's like, what the fuck? What happened here? What happened? So she walks in looking for Juliet in a panic, but she don't find her daughter nowhere. But as she steps into the living room, she gets a big Christmas surprise. She sees that the Christmas tree is now decorated with Juliet's body parts. But that's not all, because as she looks up at the Christmas tree in horror, in shock, she sees that on top of the Christmas tree, where the stars should be, is Juliet's head. Woo! What a Christmas gift. Wow. That's a great Christmas story. That's honestly a good wholesome Christmas story to tell the kids right before they go to sleep on Christmas. Forget Charles Dickens. It'll definitely make sure that your kids are in line, because they're gonna be like, yo, alright, if we act up, Santa's gonna run up in here with an axe, so we better be on our best behavior. You're gonna have the most well-behaved kids if you tell them Christmas tree decorations. It's gory, it's nasty, but whatever. It's cool, man. It's fake, so if you're thinking like this actually happened, don't worry, it didn't. Nowhere in the news did I ever see this. I've never heard of this actually happening, so just enjoy it for what it is. It's just a story. But that is Christmas tree decorations. Let me know if you enjoyed the story 6 feet deep below in the comments section. Christmas time is definitely one of my favorite times of the year, right under Halloween. Like, this is Halloween and this is Christmas. I love it. As you can see, I got my Santa hat. I'm drinking spiked eggnog, eating gingerbread cookies, watching some horror Christmas movies, watching some regular Christmas movies. Christmas movies are the best. I mean, you got Krampus, you got Bad Santa, which is not scary. You got the Hallmark Christmas movies. You ever seen those? Alright, let me go on a little rant here. One of the Christmas movies I remember seeing, my mom was watching this movie from Hallmark. And they have like tons of Christmas movies, okay? But this has to be the most fucked up, scariest Christmas movie of all time. Forget any other horror Christmas movie you've ever seen, okay? This one was about a girl who has cancer, like a little girl who has cancer around Christmas time, okay? And they're like bringing her around, they're like getting her out of bed, and she's bald, and they're bringing her around the neighborhood to like, as like her last ride to look at Christmas decorations, like, and she's like looking out the window, like half like fucking asleep, looking at Christmas decorations. That has to be the most messed up Christmas movie I've ever seen. I don't remember what it's called, but I just felt like I had to tell you about it, because if you think this story was bad about this girl getting chopped up on Christmas, this is worse, because this is like a girl like dying slowly around Christmas. But spoiler alert, if you do see this movie, she survived at the end, so there was a happy ending. Anyway, enough with the ranting, I'm getting like all over the place. Let me know if you enjoyed the story 6 feet deep below. Let me know if you enjoy Christmas in general, what you like to do, what your traditions are, and that's it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and of course, come back next time for some more spooky stuff.